Hello and welcome. In this episode we will learn about Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was not just a man. He was a symbol of strength, passion, and hard work. Born in San Francisco in 1940, Bruce Lee became one of the most famous martial artists in the world. He was also an actor, teacher, and thinker. Even though his life was short, his ideas and actions changed the world. From a young age, Bruce Lee loved movement and energy. He started learning martial arts in Hong Kong, where he grew up. He was fast, strong, and very focused. People could see that he was special. He believed that martial arts were not only about fighting. They were about life, discipline, and balance. Bruce Lee moved to the United States when he was a teenager. Life was not easy at first. He had to study, work, and train. But he never gave up. He opened his own martial arts school and taught many people. He said that everyone could learn, no matter their race or background. That was a powerful message during a time of division. Bruce Lee also had big dreams. He wanted to be in movies and show the world what he could do. At first, Hollywood did not give him many chances. But Bruce worked harder. He created his own style of martial arts called Jeet, Kune, which means the way of the intercepting fist. It was not just a style, it was a way of thinking. It was about being free, strong, and true to yourself. Soon, the world began to notice Bruce Lee. His movies were full of action, energy, and deep ideas. People everywhere loved his spirit. He became a hero to many young people who wanted to be confident and brave like him. Sadly, Bruce Lee died in 1973 when he was only 32 years old. But his ideas did not die. Today, people still read his books, watch his movies, and follow his teachings. His life tells us that with passion, hard work, and belief in ourselves, we can overcome any challenge. Bruce Lee once said, "Be water, my friend." He meant that we should be strong but flexible, just like water. This simple idea has inspired millions around the world. This episode will take you through the amazing life of Bruce Lee. You will learn about his childhood, his journey to fame, his deep thoughts, and his lasting impact. Get ready to be inspired, to think deeply, and to grow stronger, just like Bruce Lee. Let us begin the story of a true legend. Chapter 1: Early Life and Cultural Roots. Bruce Lee was born on November 27, 1940, in San Francisco, California. His parents were from Hong Kong. His father, Li Hoi-chen, was a famous Chinese opera singer and actor. His mother, Grace Ho, came from a respected family. Bruce was born while his parents were on tour in the United States. But when Bruce was just a few months old, his family returned to Hong Kong. Bruce Lee grew up in Hong Kong during a difficult time. There was war, poverty, and fear in the city. But Bruce's family gave him love and support. As a child, he was full of energy. He loved to play, dance, and move around. He was a smart boy, but sometimes got into trouble. He did not always listen in school, and he liked to fight in the streets. From a young age, Bruce was introduced to the world of acting. Because his father was an actor, Bruce got small roles in Chinese films. He acted in more than 20 movies as a child. People started to notice him. He had a strong presence on screen, even as a young boy. Bruce's parents worried about his behavior. He was often involved in street fights. So, when he was around 13 years old, they enrolled him in martial arts classes. He began learning Wing Chun, a traditional Chinese martial art. His teacher was the famous master Ip Man. Bruce trained hard and became very skilled. Martial arts gave him focus and discipline. It helped him control his energy and learn respect. Bruce also learned about Chinese culture, language, and traditions. He read books about philosophy, balance, and the human spirit. These ideas stayed with him all his life. Even though he loved action, Bruce also loved thinking deeply. Hong Kong in the 1940s and 1950s was a mix of Chinese and Western cultures. Bruce learned both English and Cantonese. He saw how the East and West were different, but he also saw how they could work together. This idea became important in his later life. When Bruce was a teenager, his fighting on the streets became a problem. His parents were afraid he would get hurt or get into legal trouble. So, they decided to send him back to the United States to live a better life. Bruce moved to Seattle in 1959, at the age of 18. Bruce Lee's early life was full of action, culture, and challenges. He was not perfect, but he was full of passion. His family, his training, and his experiences in Hong Kong helped shape who he would become. This was just the beginning of Bruce Lee's journey, a journey that would one day inspire the whole world. Chapter 2: Journey to America and Education. In 1959, Bruce Lee left Hong Kong and moved to the United States. He was just 18 years old. His parents sent him to America for a better life. They hoped he would stay safe, study hard, and find new opportunities. Bruce had $100 in his pocket and a big dream in his heart. He arrived in Seattle, Washington. There, he stayed with a family friend. Bruce worked at a restaurant to earn money. He washed dishes and cleaned tables. Life was not easy, but Bruce did not give up. He wanted to make something of himself. While working, Bruce also decided to finish high school. He went to Edison Technical School. Even though English was not his first language, he worked hard to improve. He studied every day and listened carefully. He believed that learning was the key to success. After high school, Bruce entered the University of Washington in Seattle. He studied philosophy, which is the study of thinking, life, and human behavior. Bruce loved to read books about Chinese philosophy, Western ideas, and martial arts. He wanted to understand not only how to fight, but also how to live a good and meaningful life. During this time, Bruce also began to teach martial arts. He started with just a few students. He showed them Wing Chun, the style he had learned in Hong Kong. But Bruce also began to create his own ideas. He mixed different styles together. He believed that martial arts should be simple, direct, and useful. He taught that fighting was not just about power, it was about speed, timing, and mind. Bruce opened his first martial arts school in Seattle. Later, he opened schools in Oakland and Los Angeles. His students came from many backgrounds: Asian, American, black, and white. At that time, many people believed that martial arts should only be taught to Chinese students. But Bruce broke that rule. He believed that knowledge should be shared with everyone. He said, "We are all one family under the sky." In college, Bruce met Linda Emery, a young American woman. They fell in love and later got married. They had 2 children together. Linda became an important part of Bruce's life. She supported him in everything he did. Bruce's years in America were very important. He learned how to live in a new culture. He faced problems like racism and loneliness, but he stayed strong. He found his own voice and his own path. He studied, taught, and grew every day. His time in America helped him become not just a fighter, but a thinker, teacher, and leader. Bruce believed in himself, and he worked hard to make his dreams come true. This chapter of his life shows us that with courage and effort, we can grow in a new land and become something great. Bruce Lee's journey in America was just beginning. Chapter 3: Martial Arts Training and Philosophy. Bruce Lee loved martial arts from a young age. He started learning Wing Chun when he was 13 years old in Hong Kong. His teacher was Master Ip Man, a very famous martial artist. Wing Chun is a Chinese style of fighting. It teaches speed, control, and close combat. Bruce trained very hard. He was fast, focused, and full of energy. When Bruce moved to the United States, he did not stop training. In fact, he trained even more. He wanted to improve and grow. He also began to learn other styles of martial arts like boxing, fencing, and karate. Bruce believed that learning from many styles made a fighter better. He said that no one style was perfect. Each had good and bad points. So, he began to mix them. He created his own style. He called it Jeet, which means the way of the intercepting fist. It was not just a style, it was a new way of thinking. Jeet Kune Do is simple, fast, and practical. Bruce believed that a fighter should not use fixed moves. Instead, the fighter should flow like water. Water changes shape, moves around things, and never breaks. Bruce said, "Be water, my friend." This became one of his most famous quotes. Bruce taught that martial arts were not only about fighting. They were about self-control, focus, and understanding life. He read books on Taoism, Zen Buddhism, and Western philosophy. He learned deep lessons about the mind and body. He believed that a true martial artist must grow inside and outside. He said, "Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do." This means that learning is good, but we must also act. Bruce wanted his students to be strong in body, clear in mind, and kind in heart. Bruce also taught his students to break limits. He believed in freedom. He said, "Absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is your own." This meant that everyone could build their own path. No one had to follow old rules. Bruce trained every day. He ran, lifted weights, and practiced punches and kicks for hours. He believed in hard work and focus. He kept a notebook to track his progress. He tested new moves and ideas. He always wanted to improve. Many people came to learn from Bruce. Some were actors, some were athletes, and some were everyday people. They all said Bruce was not just a teacher, he was a master. He gave his students confidence and strength. Bruce Lee's martial arts training and philosophy continue to inspire people around the world. He taught us that martial arts are not just about fighting. They are about being better, in body, mind, and spirit. Through his training and deep thinking, Bruce Lee became more than a fighter. He became a legend. Chapter 4: Creation of Jeet Kune Do. Bruce Lee believed that fighting should be real and simple. He did not like martial art styles that had too many rules or slow moves. He wanted something fast, smart, and useful. That is why he created his own style of martial arts. He called it Jeet Kune Do, which means the way of the intercepting fist. Bruce started working on Jeet Kune Do in the 1960s. At this time, he was living in the United States. He had already studied Wing Chun in Hong Kong and learned about boxing, fencing, and other martial arts in America. He saw that each style had something good to offer. So, he began to mix them. He took the best moves from different styles and removed what he thought was not useful. Bruce said that Jeet Kune Do was not just about fighting. It was also about freedom. Most martial arts followed old rules and patterns. But Bruce wanted to break free from those limits. He believed that every person is different. So, the way they fight should also be different. He said, "Use no way as way. Have no limitation as limitation." This means there is no one best way for all. The best way is to stay open, learn always, and change when needed. Jeet Kune Do was about speed, power, and timing. It focused on hitting fast and stopping the enemy before they attacked. That's why it is called the way of the intercepting fist. Bruce believed that the best fight is short and smart. The goal is to end it quickly. Bruce also used ideas from philosophy in his martial art. He studied Taoism, Zen, and Western thinkers. He believed that a fighter must also grow in the mind. A strong body is important, but a strong mind is more powerful. He said that martial arts is a way of expressing yourself honestly. He trained very hard to test his ideas. He kept a notebook to write down new moves, plans, and thoughts. He also made training tools to help him improve his kicks and punches. Bruce never stopped learning. Many martial artists at that time did not like Bruce's ideas. They thought he was breaking tradition. But Bruce did not stop. He believed that truth was more important than tradition. Slowly, more people started to understand his vision. He taught Jeet Kune Do to many students. They came from all backgrounds: Asian, American, black, and white. Bruce believed that martial arts belonged to everyone. He shared his knowledge with love and respect. Today, Jeet Kune is still taught all over the world. It is not just a martial art. It is a way of life. It teaches us to be strong, to think clearly, and to be free. Through Jeet Kune, Bruce Lee gave the world more than just a new fighting style. He gave a new way to live, with power, purpose, and peace. Chapter 5. Breakthrough in Hollywood. Bruce Lee always dreamed of becoming a big movie star. He wanted to show his skills and ideas to the whole world. But it was not easy. In the 1960s, Hollywood did not give many roles to Asian actors. If they did, the roles were small or full of stereotypes. Bruce wanted to change that. He believed that Asian people should be shown with strength, pride, and respect. Bruce got his first big break in America in a TV show called The Green Hornet. He played a character named Kato, who was the helper of the main hero. But Bruce's amazing martial arts moves quickly made him the star of the show. People loved the way he kicked, moved, and fought. It was something they had never seen before on American TV. Even though The Green Hornet only ran for one season, it made Bruce Lee popular in many homes. Children and adults all over the country began to copy his moves. But after the show ended, Bruce had a hard time getting more work. He wanted to be the lead actor, but Hollywood was not ready. They said that an Asian man could not be the star of a big movie. Bruce did not give up. He worked as a martial arts teacher to movie stars like Steve McQueen, James Coburn, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. These famous students believed in Bruce's talent. They supported him and helped him stay strong. Bruce also began to write ideas for his own movies. He wanted to tell stories that mixed action, culture, and deep meaning. Since Hollywood was not giving him a chance, Bruce went back to Hong Kong. There, he found that people remembered him from his childhood movies. But now he was different, stronger, faster, and full of new ideas. He started working with a film company and got the lead role in a movie called The Big Boss. The Big Boss was a huge hit in Asia. Bruce's powerful fighting and serious acting made him a superstar overnight. After that, he made other great films like Fist of Fury and Way of the Dragon. In these movies, Bruce showed pride in Chinese culture and the strength of the human spirit. He also directed Way of the Dragon himself, showing he could do more than just act. Finally, Hollywood took notice. They agreed to work with Bruce on a new film called Enter the Dragon. It was a mix of action, drama, and martial arts. Bruce was the main star. The film was released in 1973 and became a global success. It made Bruce Lee a true legend. Sadly, Bruce Lee died just before the movie came out. He never got to see how famous it would become. But Enter the Dragon broke all the barriers. It showed the world the power of Bruce Lee and opened the doors for many Asian actors in the future. Bruce's breakthrough in Hollywood was not just about movies. It was about respect, change, and making dreams come true. Chapter 6. Struggles with Racism and Stereotypes. Bruce Lee faced many struggles during his life, especially in America. One of the biggest problems he faced was racism. Racism means treating people unfairly because of their race or skin color. Bruce was proud to be Chinese, but many people in the United States did not see Asians as equals. When Bruce tried to become an actor in Hollywood, many film companies told him no. They said that an Asian man could not be the hero in a movie. In those days, most big roles were only given to white actors. If an Asian character was shown, it was often played by a white person wearing makeup. These characters were full of stereotypes. They were weak, silly, or spoke in a funny way. Bruce did not like this. He wanted to show strong and smart Asian people on screen. He wanted to break these old and wrong ideas. He said, "I want to be the first real Asian superstar in America." But it was not easy. Many producers believed that audiences would not watch a movie with an Asian lead. They were wrong, but Bruce had to prove it. Even when he played Kato in The Green Hornet, he was not treated as the main star. He had fewer lines, and his name was not always in the spotlight. but viewers loved him. His martial arts were amazing, and many fans watched the show just to see Bruce. Still, after the show ended, Bruce found it hard to get new roles. Sometimes, Bruce shared his own ideas for movies, but producers changed them. In one case, he helped create a show about a Chinese martial artist. But the studio gave the role to a white actor and changed the story. Bruce felt hurt and disappointed. He knew he had to do more than wait. He had to take control. So Bruce went back to Hong Kong, where people welcomed him. There, he became a big star. In his movies, he showed Chinese culture with pride. He played strong and smart heroes. He also showed that martial arts were not just fighting, they were about honor, respect, and justice. Even though Bruce was angry about racism, he stayed calm and focused. He believed that his work would change things. And it did. His movies became famous all over the world. People of all colors, races, and countries respected him. He became a symbol of power, pride, and courage. Bruce Lee's fight against racism was not with hate, but with talent, wisdom, and strength. He broke barriers and opened doors for many Asian actors who came after him. He showed that anyone, no matter their race, can be a hero. His life teaches us to believe in ourselves, even when others don't. Bruce Lee stood up against unfair treatment and helped change the way the world sees Asian people. That is one of the most powerful parts of his story. Chapter 7: Iconic Films and Global Fame. Bruce Lee became a worldwide star because of his powerful movies. These films were not only full of action, they also had deep messages about pride, justice, and strength. Bruce showed the world that a Chinese man could be a hero. His movies broke many rules and created something new in cinema. His first big movie in Hong Kong was The Big Boss in 1971. In this film, Bruce played a man who tries to live a peaceful life, but must fight to protect his friends. The movie was full of exciting fight scenes, and people loved it. It became a huge hit in Asia and made Bruce a star overnight. Next came Fist of Fury in 1972. In this film, Bruce plays a student who wants justice after his teacher is killed. The movie showed Chinese pride and the fight against unfair treatment. Bruce's acting was strong and emotional. His powerful moves and deep message touched many hearts. The film was a box office success and made Bruce even more famous. After that, Bruce made Way of the Dragon. This time, he not only acted but also directed the movie. He wanted full control over the story and action. In this film, Bruce travels to Rome to help his friends. It includes one of the most famous fight scenes in movie history: Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris in the Colosseum. Fans all over the world still talk about this scene today. The biggest and most famous film of Bruce Lee's career was Enter the Dragon. It was made in partnership with a Hollywood studio and released in 1973. In the film, Bruce plays a martial artist who joins a fighting tournament to stop a crime boss. The movie was full of action, mystery, and martial arts. It was the first time a Chinese actor played the main role in a Hollywood movie like this. Sadly, Bruce Lee passed away before Enter the Dragon was released. But when the movie came out, it became a global success. People in Asia, America, Europe, and other parts of the world watched it. Bruce became an international icon. His films showed more than fighting. They showed courage, discipline, and respect. He used his movies to teach lessons about life and to inspire people of all ages and backgrounds. Because of his films, Bruce Lee became a cultural hero. Young people wanted to be like him. They joined martial arts classes. They learned about his ideas and watched his movies again and again. Bruce had created a new path for Asian actors in Hollywood and around the world. Even today, Bruce Lee's films are watched and loved. They are called iconic because they changed cinema forever. His movies gave a voice to people who were not often seen on screen. Through action, passion, and truth, Bruce Lee reached the hearts of millions. His fame was not only because of his kicks and punches, but because of his spirit. Bruce Lee's light continues to shine through his unforgettable films. Chapter 8: Personal Life and Relationships. Bruce Lee was not just a fighter and actor. He was also a husband, a father, a friend, and a deep thinker. His personal life was full of love, hard work, and strong relationships that helped shape the man he became. When Bruce was studying at the University of Washington in Seattle, he met a young woman named Linda Emery. She was one of his martial arts students. They spent a lot of time together, and soon, they fell in love. Bruce and Linda got married in 1964. At that time, it was not common for people from different races to marry in the United States, but Bruce and Linda did not care what others thought. Their love was strong and true. Bruce and Linda had 2 children. Their son, Brandon Lee, was born in 1965, and their daughter, Shannon Lee, was born in 1969. Bruce loved his children very much. He spent time teaching them and playing with them. He wanted them to grow up strong, smart, and kind. Bruce often trained with Brandon and shared his ideas about life and martial arts. Bruce was a busy man. He was always working, teaching, acting, writing, and training. But he still made time for his family. At home, he was calm, loving, and caring. He liked to read books, play music, and think about deep ideas. He believed in balance between the body and the mind. Bruce also had many close friends and students. Some of them were famous, like Steve McQueen, James Coburn, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But Bruce treated everyone with respect, whether they were rich or poor, famous or not. He believed that all people are equal and that learning never stops. He shared his knowledge with his students not just to teach them how to fight, but how to live. He often said that martial arts is about honesty, self-control, and self-expression. His students loved him and followed his teachings even after he died. Bruce and Linda faced many challenges together. They dealt with racism, money problems, and the stress of fame. But they supported each other, always. Linda was Bruce's biggest supporter. She believed in him, stood by him, and helped him follow his dreams. Even with all his success, Bruce stayed humble. He knew that life was short and that each day was important. He wanted to live with purpose and help others grow. He once said, "The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering." Bruce Lee's personal life shows us that love, family, and friendship are as important as success. He showed kindness, respect, and deep care to those around him. His relationships gave him strength and helped him become the legend we remember today. Behind every great man is a great heart. And Bruce Lee's heart was full of love. Chapter 9. Untimely Death and Theories. Bruce Lee was full of life, energy, and dreams. He was young, strong, and successful. But sadly, his life ended too soon. His death shocked the world and left many people with questions. On July 20, 1973, Bruce Lee died in Hong Kong. He was only 32 years old. That day, he was at the apartment of a friend and actress named Betty Ting Pei. He was resting there after working on his new film called Game of Death. He complained of a headache, so he took a pain medicine. Later, he lay down to sleep, but he never woke up. Doctors said that Bruce had a serious reaction to the medicine. His brain had swollen, and this caused his death. The news spread very fast. Fans around the world were heartbroken. People could not believe that someone so strong and healthy could die so suddenly. Because Bruce was young and in great shape, many people started asking questions. They wondered if something else had happened. Over the years, many theories about his death were shared. One theory said that Bruce was poisoned. Some people believed that others in the film industry were jealous of his success. But there was no strong proof for this idea. Another theory said that Bruce's body was too tired. He trained very hard every day and sometimes forgot to rest. Some people believe that his body just couldn't take the pressure anymore. There was also a theory about heatstroke. Bruce had his sweat glands removed from under his arms for film appearance. Some doctors think that this might have made it hard for his body to cool down, especially in hot weather. Even today, doctors and fans still talk about what really caused Bruce Lee's death. But no theory has been proven 100%. The official cause remains a reaction to the medicine. After his death, a big funeral was held in Hong Kong. Thousands of people came to say goodbye. A second funeral was also held in Seattle, in the United States, where Bruce had lived and studied. He was buried there, next to his son Brandon Lee, who also died young many years later. Though Bruce Lee died at a young age, his spirit did not die. His films, books and ideas still inspire millions of people. His death was a great loss, but his life remains a great gift. Bruce once said, "The great mistake is to anticipate the outcome of the engagement. You ought not to be thinking of whether it ends in victory or defeat." These words remind us to focus on the journey, not the end. Bruce Lee's untimely death left many questions, but one thing is clear: his life, though short, made a big impact. He taught the world to be strong, to think deeply, and to live with purpose. His story continues to live on. Chapter 10: Enduring Legacy and Global Influence. Bruce Lee may have died young, but his spirit still lives on. His legacy is strong, and his influence can be seen all around the world. He is remembered not only as a great martial artist and actor, but also as a teacher, thinker, and role model. Bruce Lee changed how people see martial arts, movies, and even themselves. Bruce showed the world that martial arts is more than just fighting. It is about discipline, respect, and self-expression. Today, many people practice martial arts because of Bruce Lee. His ideas about training the body and mind together are followed by teachers and students across the globe. Martial arts schools everywhere continue to teach his philosophy. His films are still watched by millions of people. Movies like Enter the Dragon and Fist of Fury are called classics. New generations discover Bruce Lee every year. His powerful moves, deep messages, and confident attitude still inspire both young and old. He made Asian actors proud and opened the doors for more people of color in Hollywood and other film industries. Bruce Lee's influence goes beyond movies and martial arts. He also inspired people to think for themselves. He said, "Absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, add what is specifically your own." This message teaches us to learn from others, but also to create our own path. Many athletes, artists, and leaders say Bruce helped them become better in their own lives. He also stood for equality. At a time when racism was common, Bruce believed that everyone should be treated the same. He taught students from all races and cultures. He broke old rules and helped build a more open and fair world. Bruce Lee's books and writings are still popular. His notes, ideas, and quotes have been shared in many languages. People study his words not only to become better fighters, but to become better human beings. Even in modern culture, Bruce Lee is a symbol of strength and confidence. His image appears in posters, art, music, video games, and more. Statues have been built in his honor in places like Hong Kong, Los Angeles, and Bosnia. A museum in Seattle celebrates his life and work. Bruce's daughter, Shannon Lee, continues to share her father's message through the Bruce Lee Foundation. The foundation supports education, health, and personal growth, using Bruce's ideas to help others live better lives. Bruce Lee's legacy is not only about what he did. It is about what he made others believe they could do. He showed that with hard work, belief, and courage, anyone can achieve greatness. He once said, "The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering." Bruce Lee lived such a life. And that is why, even today, his name shines bright. Bruce Lee's journey is over, but his influence will never end. He will always be remembered as a true legend who changed the world. Vocabularies. 1. Legacy, something important or valuable left behind by a person after they die. Example: Bruce Lee's legacy still inspires millions around the world. 2. Martial arts, traditional systems of fighting and self-defense, often practiced for sport, fitness, or discipline. Example: Bruce Lee was a master of martial arts like Wing Chun and Jeet Kune. 3. Stereotype, a fixed idea about a group of people that is often not true or fair. Example: Bruce Lee worked hard to break Asian stereotypes in Hollywood. 4. Discipline, the ability to control your behavior and actions, often to improve or succeed. Example: Bruce Lee trained every day with great discipline. 5. Philosophy, the study of ideas about life, knowledge, and right or wrong. Example: Bruce Lee studied philosophy and included it in his martial arts. 6. Equality, the state of being equal and having the same rights or opportunities. Example: Bruce believed in equality and taught students from all races. 7. Immortality, the ability to live forever or be remembered forever. Example: Bruce Lee said that the key to immortality is living a life worth remembering. 8. Influence, the power to have an effect on someone or something. Example: Bruce Lee had a big influence on martial arts and action films. 9. Breakthrough, a big success or discovery after a lot of hard work. Example: Bruce's breakthrough in Hollywood came with Enter the Dragon. 10. Self-expression, the way someone shows their thoughts, feelings, or personality. Example: Bruce said martial arts was a form of self-expression. Quiz questions. 1. In which city was Bruce Lee born? 2. What job did Bruce do when he first arrived in America? 3. What was the name of Bruce Lee's first martial arts teacher in Hong Kong? 4. What does Jeet Kune do mean? 5. What TV show gave Bruce Lee his first big break in America? 6. What kind of unfair treatment did Bruce Lee face in Hollywood? 7. In which movie did Bruce Lee fight Chuck Norris? 8. What is the name of Bruce Lee's wife? 9. What medicine reaction is believed to have caused Bruce Lee's death? 10. What is the name of Bruce Lee's daughter who continues to share his message? Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed learning with us. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. Your support helps us grow and bring you more inspiring stories and easy English learning content. Do you have a topic you'd like us to cover in our next video? Maybe a famous person, an invention, or a country? Let us know in the comments or messages. We'd love to hear your ideas. You can find answers in the description. Thanks again, and keep learning with us. See you in the next video.